share with us his journey since receiving the Lord's call to enter the diaconate to today as a newly ordained deacon. Et maintenant, le diacre Ken Lalonde viendra partager avec nous des moments de sa vie depuis son appel du Seigneur au diaconat jusqu'à aujourd'hui comme nouvel ordainé. Please welcome Deacon Ken Lalonde.
I took my first course last night for Toastmasters, and I understood I wouldn't have to use notes. I do. Good evening, everyone. Salut mes frères et sœurs. Quelle chose, quel événement. Dans ma vie, on peut être guidé ou même influencer les décisions que j'ai prises au long de ma route vers ma vocation de diacre. Vers cette vie comme serviteur de Dieu. On me demande souvent, quand étiez-vous certain de votre vocation comme diacre? Quels sont les signes que vous avez fait à choisir ce chemin? La réponse simplement, je ne sais pas. Il n'y a pas eu de moment spirituel, soudain, où je savais que Dieu voulait que je devienne diacre. Non, il n'y a jamais eu de signe, certainement pas des signes visibles. Mais, sachant que je dois en parler ce soir, j'ai réfléchi sur ma vie entière, ma vie d'enfance, ma vie de jeune adulte et ma vie aujourd'hui. Soudainement, j'ai compris, oui. Il y avait quelque chose de, disons, spécial durant ma vie. C'était l'influence de mes professeurs. Je pouvais même me rappeler les noms de tous mes professeurs depuis la 3e année. Donc, Saint-François de Sales était ma première école, suivie de l'école Saint-Paul et l'école Saint-Jean-Bosco. Ce qui m'a frappé le plus, c'est que 50 ans plus tard, 3 de ces professeurs font encore partie de ma vie. Je parle de sœur Carmen, qui m'a enseigné en 4e année, et avec qui nous faisons du bénévolat ensemble au Versa Care, maintenant appelé Heartwood, ici à Cornwall. Peut-être vous connaissez les 2 autres professeurs de mon passé. Ce sont Ronald Saint-Germain de Nativité et Claude Brunet d'Alexandria. Durant toute ma vie, il y avait toujours des professeurs pour me guider, pour me former. Aujourd'hui, ces professeurs sont plutôt des personnes qui me guident par exemple. Pour moi, j'en mentionne que 3. Le Père Woody, Marilyn Bergeron et Willie Effinger. When I was approached to give a testimony today, I was excited and nervous. I have watched so many youth over the years at weekend conferences at Journey to the Father give their testimonies. I admire their determination to stand up on stage and tell their story. Tell their life-changing experience that eventually turned them to Christ. Well, I personally did not have any big moment that impacted my life. So then, what brought me to this moment, to this road in my life? What prepared me for what I am today? Well, in order to prepare myself to address you today, I needed to reflect on my life, my beginnings, my journey. I questioned myself. Was there a moment in my life where things changed? In fact, did something or someone jolt me into seeing that God was calling me to become a deacon? Nothing stood out in my mind. No big moments. As a matter of fact, throughout most of my life, that is my childhood and early adulthood, I had no thoughts of any special ministry, no calling from God, or at least no calling that I listened to. I was too busy to listen. As I continued to look back at my life, my past, I asked myself, is there anyone, or more than one person, who might have influenced me in my vocation, guided me in my journey to this point in my life? Was there even a school teacher from long ago? You know, it has been 50 years since I left primary school. I reflected on those school years, and then all of a sudden, I was reminded of 3 different school teachers who not only taught me in grade 4, 7, and 9, but those same 3 teachers continue to be part of my life. I see one of them once a week as we volunteer together at VersaCare, now called Heartwood. I see another one of them each Monday morning at Nativity for early morning Mass. And finally, the 3rd special teacher and my mentor I visit regularly at La Soupière, and especially at Christmas season, when the St. Vincent de Paul Society in Alexandria is so busy doing what they do best. As I thought about these 3 teachers from my childhood, and now part of my present-day life, I realized that there was something throughout my life that kept me on a certain path. Teachers. Yes, teachers. I come to realize that I can name all of my teachers beginning in grade 3 here at St. Francis de Sales. Her name was Sœur Marie du Bon Conseil. In grade 4, this time at St. Paul's School, my teacher's name was Mademoiselle Charlebois, now Sister Carmen, and I could go on. You know that there was very little religion in our home, and there was very little love. One possible turning point for me was high school. Yes, teachers again. But this was a high school in Somerstown, Le Juvenile. Here I remained for 2 years. This was a good place for me. There was formation, education, religion, and love. Life was good. My classmates and teachers became my family. Still, I did not suspect what was ahead of me. I did not know God's plan for me. It was only after I married and had children that I began to look at making changes in my life. My faith and religion became more important. There was no special revelation, just a steady, gradual living my faith, but always someone there to keep me on track. My wife Joyce was no exception. She too had become a teacher. She became my partner, my advisor, my confidant, my teacher by example, always at my side. There were so many good teachers along the way. And then we moved to Lancaster in 1990, and we met that special teacher, Father Rudy. Father Rudy had a lot of influence in our lives. It was not by chance that we met this man. How he kept luring us into another project, involving us in the Sunday liturgy and councils, both at the parish and diocesan level. As we prepared for World Youth Day in Toronto and days in the diocese, Father Rudy gave us all the support needed to organize the parish and inform the parishioners. During this period in our lives, Joyce and I grew together in our faith and spirituality. but more events and responsibilities will be added on our plate. I'm talking about Journey to the Father. We began as chaperones the first year of Journey, and have been part of it ever since. We belong to God, and now we knew it was up to Him. We also slipped in many weekend retreats during this period, many of them at the Divine Mercy Center in Lambic. There was no other direction for me but God's calling to work for Him. In what capacity, I still did not know. Actually, I didn't even know what a deacon's role was. There was never one in any of the parishes I attended. After 4 years of attending classes with Joyce, I was ordained deacon this past June, and am now assigned to St. Raffles and St. Margaret of Scotland. By the way, there are no shortages of teachers in these two parishes also. This new calling from God has already been made very rewarding, and I thank Father Sean for his part in this. He recognizes the value of my family life, my ministry life, and finally he is now my teacher in our parish and liturgical life. Maintenant que je suis ordonné diacre, les professeurs sont encore là pour me guider. Je parle de ma femme Joyce, de mon curé, le Père Sean, et surtout notre Seigneur Jésus-Christ, notre bon pasteur. Merci. Thank you.
Ken has the reputation of having a very tender heart. I'm surprised he got through that without a little tear on the side. Those Toastmaster classes must be pretty good. Thank you so much for sharing that, Ken. Quand témoignage, je pense, nous touche.